Our first guest tonight, the founding members of one of the great American rock and roll bands, Aerosmith. This is the brand new CD, their first studio album and original songs in 11 years.
Wow, has it been that long?
But this is one of these bands, they got staying power because just you can't deny the power of rock and roll.
You cannot deny that power.
That's
Nicely
right.
Put.
The title is Music from Another Dimension. Please welcome Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, everyone. Here we go. That's right.
Monsieur Schaefer.
How long has the band been together? Early, like 1970? Is that when you started?
71.
71. So how many years are we talking about? I can't do that kind of math.
41 or 2 or
41 or 2 years. It's remarkable that as a musical organization, you guys have withstood, well, all of the rigors and the pitfalls of being together as any kind of artistic group.
I think it's the music. You know, once you create something and you sit there and go, look what we've done, and then you continue, do album after album, it's just
How close has the band been to exploding?
Well, 3 times, 18
Imploding.
times, many times.
Many times.
Yeah.
And what was the cause? What dynamic broke down?
Oh, you can name anything. I mean, it's like it's a family. A nasty look. I mean, who knows? You know, and the band goes apart for 6 months. You know.
Now, let me ask you this: could the band break up? Everybody goes their separate ways, and you remain friends? Is that possible?
well, that's what that's what happens all the time. It's like, but it's really our only legal out from Sony to take a break for any considerable amount of time.
So you're blaming it on Sony?
Well, no, we blame it on
Yeah,
ourselves. We're going to own it, but yes, it's Sony.
Now, what happened? What happened when you decided to be on the American Idol? What did that do to the band? Was that hurtful to the band?
I think it was great. I mean, I
Seriously?
was a little upset about it.
Well, okay,
in the
right there.
beginning.
Right there.
In the
Well,
beginning, you
we
were a
had
little upset
listen.
because what message did that send to the band?
Well, you know, it's just another bump in the road, but as it turned out to be a great thing, you know. I mean, we were a little upset about the way we found out about it, but, you know, it turned out to be a great thing for Steven and for the band. And
And at one point, were you looking for other lead singers?
there was a rumor that was out there,
Yeah.
and I think we had a lot of fun with that over the last, it's given us something to talk about in
Right.
interviews and stuff
But
like that.
did you actually make a call to anybody?
No, we did not. I can say that,
Yeah.
You know,
honestly.
They've been stepping on my toes for years. It's just a good excuse to get new boots.
I mean,
Thank you.
you name it,
Thank
we've
you.
been through it.
Now, how are you guys now together? Friends?
You know what? We're on fire. We just finished another album called Music from Another Dimension.
Right.
We spent a year and a half doing it in the studio with Jack Douglas and Joe and I and the band, and the band is on fire. We're going to do a song tonight. We got 18, 19 songs
Great.
on it. And, you know, it's that energy that keeps the band together. You know, we're all full of ourselves, you know, titled rock stars that
Sure.
can
And
go
that's
off and get lofty, you know, the truth be known, you know, and so with all the attitude and all this stuff, but once we get in the studio, we become like, you know,
And on stage, it just the dream of what we wanted to do when we first started, it all of a sudden comes back into focus, and all the other stuff kind of
Now,
fades away.
from a physical standpoint, you look back on the time and the culture that you came to be and lived through with drugs and really abusing yourselves. Are you grateful and surprised that you're still alive?
Well, that part, that's a two-part question, and yes, we are grateful and surprised that we are here. I mean, we had no idea that we would be together this long, but you have to remember that our wild, crazy kid partying days only were about 7 years of our career, and then you take 7 from 40. So what do you get from that? Somebody?
Yes.
So all that. So
Oh, look at
Yeah.
you got to figure that
Yeah,
the rest of the time we were relatively sober and
Yeah.
and having a career.
But
you know?
as we know, and the landscape is littered with fallen soldiers, fallen fellows, fallen souls
doubt.
that didn't even party for 7 years. Maybe tried it a week and it was adios.
well, it just
So-
shows what kind of troopers we are.
Yeah,
that's all.
but I mean, were you? I don't want to be insulting about this, but I'm fascinated by this. Like the Grateful Dead, they said, good luck keeping up with these guys. That's what they said about you.
Well, it was in the 70s, you know.
But now, is that true? Were you guys
well,
like the big major league, here we go?
You know, we were an army marching on, and we were raping and pillaging and going from town to town, New York's Madison Square Garden, wherever it was. And when it's done, you don't go back and go bowling or knit in your room. You drink. It feels good. You may have some cocaine. It feels good. Look, if you could put a button here and humans could orgasm, how many people out in the audience wouldn't be hitting that button all day long? So, Dave, can you answer that?
I have no more questions, Your Honor. I just want to make sure viewers at home
So now
have your
you're
email
pushing
address
buttons,
so you can direct all inquiries to Mr. Tyler straight away and just leave us out of it.
We have promised to be the last band standing. There's no finish line with us, and this album proves it. It's
How old were you guys when you got together in the 70s? How old were you?
26, 25.
In our teens.
In your teens, yeah.
Yeah.
Your first gig was high school. Is that what it was?
Nipmuc High School.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
be
This
it.
is 1970
Why, it
in
was just
Upton,
yesterday.
Massachusetts. Wow.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a true picture.
Was this the first gig where you felt you had really taken a major step to being successful in music?
Well, we were obviously successful making it to the gig. I think that it took a few years for us to really feel like we were actually making it. There was one event where we came back to Boston, and the single had been out for a while, and it was the first time we felt like fans were coming to see us that weren't just our friends.
Yep.
You know.
And this is your first official publicity photo shortly thereafter in 1972.
Oh, yes.
You
it
guys
was.
don't look that much different today.
I don't know about that.
There they are, Aerosmith. And did you get fired off the American Idol show?
No, but I'll tell you what, it was 2 beautiful years. I took that show because of obviously there was tumult in the band, and
You were injured too. Your feet were in bad shape,
well,
right?
my feet are in bad shape, but I'd fallen off the stage. I took a fall and checked into Betty Ford for 3 months.
They
And
have the
did
orthopedic
the
clinic.
trick. They Simonized and waxed me. I got a good Simonizing and waxed me. I took a look at what the hell I was doing again.
Yeah.
And came out and said, I want to do Idol. It was just another look at the top. I mean, TV is nuts, especially the reality shows. And it was wonderful. It was a really great thing for 2 years.
What are you doing? You
sit
just
next
pulled.
to
I thought you pulled something out of.
Stuff here.
I thought you were.
I think it's stuff hanging.
Like the
left over
stuffing.
from the 70s.
Yeah, I
I
know.
was in- I
Now,
was-
are you like Dean Martin used to say? They would say, "Are you really drunk when you go on stage?" And he says, "Yeah, I'm not going out there alone." Now, do you guys now go on stage alone, speaking?
With
No,
each
we've
other.
got the other 4 guys.
Yeah, we go out with each other.
But you know what I'm saying.
Well, you know what? It took us
Yeah.
down. It took us down, Dave, and it takes a while for an addict to realize that what's taking you down is taking you down.
Right.
Because you rely on it so much and you love it. And look, we've had our ups and downs, and God knows, but we're back.
It
We're
took
back with a
practice. It took a little practice.
And they'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Joe, thank you very much. Stephen, thank you very much.